Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Your Brains Need Fuel, a podcast that's going to give you knowledge on all the career opportunities that you have after graduation and all the business opportunities. Today, I'm with a special guest, Bailey. I had the opportunity to work with her last year for a project in my marketing class. She's the owner of a bridal boutique called Elliot and Olivia. Ladies and gentlemen, Bailey.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm great.
Good.
The first question I wanted to touch on, what did how did that creativity came to you behind the name Elliot and Olivia?
I think I've always been interested in brands names and just the story behind them. So I think I was always really drawn to names with "and" in it.
Okay.
So yeah, I was trying to think of like names that would mean something, and my dog at the time was named Ari, so it would either have been named about like, sorry, named after him.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking of my brother and sister, Charlie and Joey, and they have really nice middle names and they mean a lot to me. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. I think a lot of time when you start a business, if you can have something that motivates you, I feel like having the middle name of your brothers and sister, that it's a source of motivation to keep pushing through all the challenges that you might face.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, and here at Elliot and Olivia, you offer special appointments for your customers when they come and want to shop for a wedding dress. Can you touch a bit on why is it so important to you to make sure they have like memorable experience when they come in to shop for a wedding dress?
Yeah, I think for me, I especially love like female empowerment, and like sometimes there's dads or brothers at appointments but for the most part, it is just women and friends, sisters, moms, mother-in-laws.
Mhm.
And I just think aside from the wedding, it's such a special memory just for them. And you can even tell like after they've found their dress, when I'm back in the office, you can just hear them chatting and you can tell that they've created this special memory together
Yeah.
that is pretty rare, and it's just
Mhm.
an opportunity to kind of take time out of their day and
Mhm.
celebrate and spend
Yeah.
time together. So yeah, I think like life is about little moments, and
Mhm.
that's kind of what makes up life. So yeah,
I really like this concept, like you said, just having the opportunity to be there with your friends and maybe put on some music and just enjoy all that experience.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can you? Yeah.
And even like sometimes brides will come with just one person, or sometimes they'll even come by themselves.
Okay.
And like everyone's so different, right? Like, and I really connect with each of them because some people come with one person just because it's special just with them. And yeah, so it's really cool.
Yeah, everyone has their unique way of doing it.
Yes.
So yeah, that's special.
Yeah.
Can you touch a bit on like the special, like what services do you offer when they come in for that appointment?
Yeah, so we have like the original bridal experience, which is we actually moved locations, as you know. So we were across the hall before. So when I moved into the shop, I offered like a specialty appointment. So yeah, we have the original bridal experience, which is just they come in, they try on around 10 dresses. It's an hour and a half. And yeah, like I want them to feel at home. They basically just get the run of the place. And then the specialty appointment, which is called the Ultimate Bridal Experience, is $250. And they get charcuterie and additional time and like a little like Polaroid camera to take pictures and stuff. So
yeah. I've seen some of the photos that you posted on Instagram with the charcuterie board, like you said.
Yeah.
Even when the board where you said like welcome bride to be and you can write your name. I feel like that's really like unique and like creative. Like
people love that sign.
Yeah,
like when they walk
it's really
in.
nice. It's like a memory that you can have forever, and like you have your name, so it's really like a specialized, like specific to you.
It makes it very personal, which I think I've realized that in business, like people want to feel special, and people want, so yeah.
Okay. I had a question. Are you running this business by yourself? Yeah.
I run it by myself. I have an employee right now named Kindry, and she's amazing. She actually was just finishing at Nipissing as well. But yeah, I've had a few employees over the years. They've all been wonderful, but for the most part, I just work. I can make my own schedule. It's by appointment only. So yeah.
And for how long did you had this business? When did you create it, Elliot and Olivia?
I started like writing my business and business plan and stuff. January 2018, opened September 2018. So it's going to be 5 years this September, which is wild.
That's a big milestone. Time goes by fast, huh?
It is. Yeah, it is.
Just being my 4th year in university, I understand, like, I can still remember, like, my first year coming into university, and now it's almost done. So yeah, 5 year goes by fast.
It flies by. And I remember when I started thinking to myself, because if you read about businesses, there's like a crazy percentage of businesses that don't make it to their 5th year. So I just remember thinking, like, if I make it to my 5th year, like that's going to be huge. And yeah, so it's exciting.
Yeah. Also, I know, like, being an entrepreneur can be a lot of, like, time consuming. I want to know, how do you keep that balance, and what are other activities that you do or hobbies that you have outside of, like, working?
I think at first it's easy to become, like, obsessed with your business. So when I first started, I really kind of, like, put my all into that and was also working full time. So I got burnt out. So now I really believe in, like, balance and having a routine in your day. So like I really like meditating. I'm really into journal. Yeah, I love meditating. I believe in meditation, like, so much. And love journaling. I like reading. I like just being outside in nature, and like working out and hanging out with friends and family.
Now, that's great that you touch on journaling and meditation, because that's actually something that I started, like, once COVID started, like in 2020. Everyone had just time in their hands. So I was just trying to fill in my time and just understand how I can improve myself. Because if you improve yourself, I feel like everything else, like, in life is just going to be better. Whatever you do, like, your mind will be, like, more focused. So yeah, meditation and even a routine, like you said, I feel like every day, if I start off my day, like, the right way, there's more chance for the day to go, like, well and go better.
Totally. I think you wake up and, like, for me, I wake up and look at my phone and I really try and meditate and journal first, because it totally changes your day. Yeah.
I want to touch a bit on your past working experience, just to help students understand that the first job that they're going to get is probably not going to be, like, their full career, what they're going to do, and understand that by having a first job, you can understand what you like and what you don't like. So I've read an article in Future Entrepreneur that was telling you were a family mediator. Can you tell a bit about your role there, like what you were doing as a family mediator for people that don't know?
Yeah, so I was working for Mediation North. So I was working at the courthouse, which I had worked at the courthouse in the office before that. So I was kind of able to transfer over. And at first I was an IRC, so an information referral coordinator. So that's what I was telling you earlier about doing a presentation for people going through separations and divorces, which I know is quite funny because of what I'm doing now. So then I took the mediation course, became a family mediator. So essentially, I would help people with access and custody orders and plans, child support, all of that stuff.
Did that affect, like, your moral in any way, just to always being, like, that person that kind of help people into their problems? Like, just you're dealing with a lot of, like, divorce. Now you said, like, you're doing the opposite in the wedding industry. Like, did that affect any, like, the way you feel, your emotions, something?
No, I'm a very emotional person anyway. So I really like that stuff. It's funny actually how similar they are, because you're meeting people during this big life change, right? So I loved mediating. One of the only reasons I didn't do it anymore is because I was commuting a lot. But yeah, I think even having my undergrad in psychology, you use a lot of that, right? Like, you're working with people, and wedding dress shopping can be also stressful. So it's good to, like, I think I use a lot of the same skills.
Okay, that's good. I see that you work also at the Children Aid Society. Can you touch a bit on that? Like, what was your role there? What did you learn from that experience?
Yeah, so my job title, I'm honestly forgetting it now. It was so long. It was like coordinator of disclosure and legal supports. That's what it was. So it was a great job. It was very challenging. And honestly, I think one of the only reasons I left is just because I decided to pursue this full time. I was doing that while I was doing this while I was having the business too.
How did you handle that at first, though, having the business and working at the same time? I
have no idea. I'm not sure. I look back now and I'm like, I don't know. But I honestly believed in like following this dream. And I think the advice I would give to business owners is also not to quit your job and be like, I'm following my dream. I think I'm so grateful I did that because I was able to live off the money I was getting paid just working and then put all of this money back into my business. So I don't want to do that ever again, but I'm grateful that I did it for sure.
Now I think that's huge because at the same time, we have a lot of time in a day. Like we have 24 hours. So yes, working full time can be like time consuming, but if you can dedicate, let's say 2 hours after you're done working to your business or whatever, like your dream is after that, I feel like it's going to be really helpful. Like you said, instead of just quitting your job and like following your dream, you can actually try to do both at first. And then when you see like the profits are starting coming in, you can more like just focus on one thing.
And when you have a business, at least in my opinion, like it doesn't feel the same as work, as like a job, you know, like you're passionate about it. So it doesn't feel as like you have to do it. You almost want to.
You want to.
Yes.
Like you said at the beginning, that's the difference. Like working all the time because like you love it.
Yeah.
You did a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology at Nipissing University. Why make you choose that program? And how did you like it? What did you learn at school?
Yeah, I was working at the courthouse. So like I was a waitress server out of high school just because I had no idea what I wanted to do. I didn't overly like school in general, but and then I worked at the courthouse and then decided like I really want to get my degree. I ended up going to Nipissing. I think mostly because I lived in North Bay and it was easy to do like the part-time. So I was also working while I was going to school. And then, it was such a great school. I love that it's kind of like a smaller campus and like surrounded by nature. And there was a lot of flexibility with like the courses and everything. I chose psychology. I think I took sociology and psychology, you know, in your first year when you're kind of taking everything to figure out. I think I was just more drawn to psychology. I'm always interested in that stuff. So
No, that's great. Like you said, Nipissing is really like a small university. So I really like the fact that you can build a relationship with your teachers, because I know like other schools, big school, like the teachers doesn't know their student like that. You know, you probably just a student number, like they know you by email or whatever. But now the fact that you can go to your teachers and talk to them, it actually help you understand and just get that experience from them in different fields.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I remember like crying during a stats exam and my teacher like knew that I was really struggling. So like, it was just more of a personal.
Talking about school, like you gave us the opportunity last year in one of my marketing class. So basically what we did, I was doing like, let's say a marketing consulting group for Elliot and Olivia. And with my group members, we came up with some recommendation that you can apply to your business just to help it grow. My question behind that was like, why give that opportunities to students and why just not like right away just seek for the help of professionals?
Yeah, I think I was referred to you guys by the business center, or we were connected in that way. And I just like really believe in helping people. I think that's kind of like would be a passion of mine. Like university students, like we were talking about, it's so scary. Like you feel like you have the rest of your life ahead of you and like you don't know. And I kind of wish that I knew more that it's okay to not know what you want to do. And so I just really like, I think that was like a great opportunity for me. It was a better opportunity for me than I even realized. Like I couldn't believe the things that you guys came up with.
Thank you.
It was amazing.
I really liked it because it was one of the only class when we actually got the chance to do something that you would do like in the working field. I was feeling like I was actually like working and I was being a professional for real. And it helped me understand so much things. And our teacher at the time, Denise, was really helpful, giving us tips and just how to communicate with you as a business, understand that you have also a schedule, like a tough schedule with your clients and everything. So that was a really great experience for us too.
Yeah, I was blown away. Like really when I first started, I was like, okay, cool, they're doing this little project. And then you guys gave me this huge report, which yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to know if you can tell me 2 or 3 people that you look up to that are influences in your life.
I definitely look up to Sarah Blakely. So it's so random, but she's the inventor of Spanx.
Yeah,
like the female.
I used to watch Shark Tank.
Yes,
yeah, I love that show, and she's in it.
She's so amazing. Like before I started the business, like I would say she's one of the reasons I opened it, because I listened to like anything I could get my hands on with her, like podcasts, interviews.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's just she had like a lot of death and loss in her life. So she really lives by like, you live once, like life is short, like go after whatever you want.
Yeah.
She was in a career she wasn't happy in and like invented Spanx and is a billionaire. So yeah, she just really has like good morals and a good outlook on life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really look up to my mom. My mom raised 3 of us, and she was a really hard worker. And yeah.
Yeah. Now, especially, I feel like all the people that are put in your life are put for a reason. And like you said, like your mom, it's someone that helped you like grow up. She teaches like a lot of things. So that's a great thing. Even Sarah, as you were talking about, like other people, if you're trying to like pursue a business, start a business by yourself, you should really try to look up to other people that did it before you, that can help you know like the path. The path won't be easy. The path won't be the same for everybody, but it can just help you, guide you into what you're trying to do.
Definitely.
Also, I want to ask, what is your biggest lesson that you learned throughout your career and what you're doing right now?
No, I'm like, oh, I have my notes. Okay, I have to remember what I was saying there. Because there's a lot. But yeah, so the biggest lesson in my career is just to follow your intuition. Do you mean like my career as a whole, or just Elliot and Olivia?
Yeah, your career, like you can touch on your career first, and then Elliot and Olivia.
Yeah, so I honestly think, without getting kind of too deep into it, if I just personally believe this, and this comes from like a very privileged place, I know, because I don't have kids to support and things like that, but I think if you're really deeply unhappy in a job and you just can't, like sitting at a desk, you know, if you're depressed and you're waking up and like really not wanting to do it, like do something, like just do, like take a risk, like try and change it, because I always kind of knew in my gut, like, I don't want to do this forever. I need to do something else. So I think that would be my biggest advice. Like just trust yourself, trust your intuition. Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough. There's that fine line between like, there's always like a leap of faith that you have to take whenever you're trying to start something. So you just have to take it. Like you said, like I was scared of like roller coasters. And like one time I said to myself, like, I'm gonna just try it. Like the hardest one. And once I was done, like you get just that thrill that, oh my God, I actually can do it.
Yeah.
And like, it just gives you that feeling that once you're in something and you actually give it your all, you can come up to great things. You probably won't be like the first time you're gonna succeed right away. You might fail, but just like taking that leap of faith and trying it can bring you joy, like you said, and help you out.
That was another thing that Sarah Blakely said, that her dad would sit them down at the dinner table and ask them what they failed at that day, rather than what did you succeed at. Like it's good to fail. Like you should fail so many times in your life. Like it means that you're trying, like as cliche as that sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could talk to your younger self, like in university, what are some things that you would say to yourself just to help you out?
I think I would say like not to take myself too seriously. And also just that like you'll never have it all figured out. Like it's okay to not know what you're doing. Yeah, you'll never have it all figured out. So just like trust the path you're on and kind of keep going. I went to university like more in my mid-20s too. So that kind of was a different perspective for me.
So you went to work right after high school and
yeah.
then
Yeah, I went to university as I think a mature student, which I was like so young, but a mature student. I think I started maybe when I was like 22, 23. So that also gave me a bit of a different perspective. But yeah, I think just not take yourself too seriously and yeah.
I think that's important because a lot of time people want you to go to university right after high school, but at the same time, like university won't close, like it's open like forever. So you can actually go out and like live your experience and come back to school. Like I know a lot of people that did like missions that went to Europe just to try a different experience, just to travel the world and see other things, meet other people. And then 1 year or 2 years after, they came back to school. Because sometimes I feel like the society make us believe like we're getting old or everything needs to happen fast. Like you need to be graduated by 22 and know what job you're trying to get into. But it's not that. Like if we think about it, we're still young. We still have a lot of like opportunities and things to do.
Totally. Yeah, it's not a good way to live, to be out of high school and be like, okay, figure it out. You know, it's I think people should have to take a couple years off to like waitressing for me. That was, I think, one of the most important jobs I've ever had. You learn so much. Like, yeah.
We touched on that a bit, but I just wanted to know, like, what is the best piece of advice you would give someone starting a new business or a new career?
I think just believe in yourself and believe in your abilities. I think like, especially for me too, like you look at people that own businesses, like I still can't believe I own a business. Like I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing, but everyone feels that way. So you look at other people that own businesses, or even if you look at people that own like huge corporations, they all are just like doing the best they can, you know? So I think, my biggest advice is like, just believe in yourself. Like no one's better than you. No one's less than you. Like you're all the same. And like you can do it if you believe in yourself.
And just like looking at this space, I was just thinking like, did you have like an interior designer to help you set it up, or you just did it all by yourself?
I did it by myself. That's actually something that, I mean, maybe I will do that in the future. That's like a passion. I love interior design and everything. So yeah, I like doing that stuff.
No, it's really nice. I like it, the fact that it's cozy. And,
thanks. Yeah. It's like a little apartment, eh?
Yeah. And all the wedding like dresses that you have here, that's your inventory. Like, okay. That's really nice. That's really cool.
Yeah. So that was like the biggest risk opening the business is, how much I had to spend on the samples. Like there's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of dresses there. So that was the biggest risk, was the financial risk, because, but yeah, it worked out.
And when did you know that the business was going to thrive? What was that moment that made you think like, okay, I think I got it, or it's going well?
I would say maybe a year or two ago, maybe 2 years into the business, when I'm like, oh wow, okay, this is going, because it was gaining traction and gaining popularity. I remember when I announced I was opening, I was telling my mom, like, I hope people book appointments. Like I had no idea. And then slowly it started booking up, and it's just been like steady ever since. So yeah.
Okay, now I have like some quick hitters for you, like just questions that you can answer. If you would have like one superpower, which one would it be, and like why?
I think probably like teleportation, because I love traveling and I hate flying.
No more flight ticket. Oh, you hate flying?
Yeah, I don't like flying. It scares me. Scares me. Like it's fun. It's nice being in the air, but no, I would rather not. So yeah, I think teleportation, because I love traveling. I want to travel like so much more. So yeah, that would be a cool.
That leads to my second question. If you could go anywhere in the world right now, where would that be?
I really want to go to India.
Yeah.
That's definitely on my bucket list.
Okay.
I want to, I hope I plan a trip. Well, my brother Joey is playing in Portugal.
Yeah.
He said that that's like one of the best places he's ever been. I've heard amazing things.
That's what I heard.
That would be super cool.
I'm going there this summer too. They have like a festival like for Afro beats. It's called Afro Nation.
Oh, okay,
so
cool.
I'm going there with a couple of friends.
Fun. Yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite season out of the year?
I think fall and Christmas.
Yeah.
But definitely Christmas. Yeah, I love Christmas. I put up my tree usually like November 1st, right after Halloween. And yeah, I'm a homebody. So like I love like cuddling up, watching Christmas
home,
movies, like
having your hot chocolate.
Chilling with my dog. Yeah.
That leads to the other question. I was gonna say, are you more a dog person or a cat person?
Oh my God, 1,000% dog. Yeah, I'm like, I had a Newfoundland for 12 years, Ari, and he passed away. He was like a big dog.
Yeah, I think I've seen it. Is he black? I think I've seen
black and white.
Black and white.
Yeah. Okay. And now I have Tucker, who's an English Mastiff. He's like 130 or 40 pounds. So I love my dogs.
Yeah, I never had a dog, but I feel like that gives you a discipline, because you have like to take him on a walk and, just take care of him. So I think that's a good thing for like people in general.
Well, I got Ari, my first dog, when I was 21. So like even before I was in university, sometimes I regret getting a dog so young because it's a ton of responsibility, but I think it does kind of keep you on track and keep you on a schedule.
Yeah. What is your favorite TV show right now?
Oh my God.
If you do watch TV.
Yeah, I watch TV sometimes. Well, I used to be able to binge TV, but I can't anymore. I really enjoy reading. But Euphoria. Yeah. Euphoria, I was like hooked. Have you seen it?
No, but I've heard a lot of things about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it with the one with Zendaya, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Oh, it's like, I love that show. It's so good. And it's like 2 years since the last season came out or something. But
how many seasons there is?
I think there's 2. I think the third one's coming out.
Okay.
Yeah, that one. Ozark I really got into.
Yeah, Ozark, I watched that.
It was really so good. Yeah.
But you say you read books too, so do you have like any recommendation for people watching some books that they could buy or try reading?
Oh my God, it's so hard to think of some right now. I love like self-help books.
Yeah, me too.
So the one, I don't really tell people this, but I'm going to say it because I think it would help students and stuff.
Okay.
But I listened to a podcast before I opened my business and I forget what it was. I forget who the woman was that mentioned this book, but it's called Hug Your Customers.
Yeah.
And I would say, honestly, that was like the most important book I ever read to open my business. So I feel like I'm giving away a little secret because I don't think it's a very well-known book. But
sometimes they're the best, like once you find just a book, it's maybe not well known like that, but it's like hiding gems in it.
Yeah, it was like, I think it's like what I based my business off of because I think I believed in that. But just to read it, it's about the guy that wrote it owns a clothing store in like a smaller town in the States. And they're such a small town with a small population and they made like millions and millions of dollars because of their customer service. So it's not necessarily actually physically hugging your customers, although like a lot of brides and I hug, but it's more like going over and above for them and how much that means to people and just like giving them a personal experience really like makes you successul. Yeah. So it's a good book to read for anyone.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'll try to look up into that. All right, this all the questions that I had.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you a lot for like bringing me here to your place. It's actually the first time I get to see your place, even though I was doing like a project for last year.
Yeah.
So thank you a lot.
Virtual.
Don't forget to follow Elliot and Olivia on Instagram and on all their social, Facebook too. And this episode of Your Brains Need Fuel is going to be on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow. Thank you a lot. See y'all.
Bye.